Oh, music was very central. Music was extremely central because...
Welcome to Stories from a Room, a Sofar Sounds podcast where we explore the inspiring journeys of incredible artists we love and the stories that shape their music. I'm your host, Josh Savage, and today we're joined by the Ganda Boys, a remarkable group with deep roots in Uganda. Founded in 2008, they've been singing and performing since childhood, crafting a exhilarating fusion of Afrobeat and Western styles that resonates with audiences around the globe. Holding the record for playing about 250 Sofar Sound shows, they also use their platform to raise awareness for global issues through their Ganda Foundation. Dennis, Daniel, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Of course, thank you so much for being on one of our first episodes. So let's dive in. Can you tell me a bit more from just the very early days about you guys growing up singing together and what got you inspired to I guess, where you are today?
Yes, singing is very focal to our way of life and upbringing. Music is very central. So singing comes to us naturally. For us, as far as we remember existing, singing has been a part of us.
Right.
And it's, of course, sort of amplified by the setting in our rural societies where every evening we have story times. And during story times, we have music as part of the storytelling, and we get to perform. So this could be round the fire.
Oh, wow.
This could be, if it were wet outside because of tropical rainfall, this could be inside the living area, where we could then, sing. And as family, we immediately realized that we were more interested than anyone. And at every opportunity there was, me and Danny would jump out to sing. And so slowly, through the guide of our parents, we dived into harmonies and, till now, we've just been going.
So your family was very musical as well?
Yeah, very, very musical family background.
It is part of our life as well now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you've been doing this effortlessly, then you just carry on.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've definitely been doing that. Yeah. Performing Sofars all over the place.
Well, probably that's why we find it a bit comfortable doing Sofars, because it's very similar to our musical settings.
All right, cool. Love the fact storytelling was such a big part of that as well. And I see that from seeing you perform as well. That's such a big part of your performance and explaining what your songs are about, which is absolutely stunning.
Yes.
Amazing. And so you've been performing since childhood. How would you say you were when you started singing? Do you remember?
Of course, we start off, I don't think we sounded as fairly okay as we do now, but we were very authentic when we started, and and then corrected and guided by our parents in regards to how to get the harmonies perfectly. And then the instruments came in, and Danny took on the adungu and I took on the guitar. The guitar was a missionary's guitar. The learning was very interesting because this was a foreign instrument. I was keen on the guitar as Danny was keen on the adungu, but the adungu was accessible to me. So I just wanted to try this foreign instrument. And but for the longest time to begin with, you had to learn it by mimicking what the missionary was doing on a piece of wood, because your chances on a guitar were very limited. So the day he first gave me a run on it, I think I actually played it. Yeah. So right from it's been such a journey, and yeah, it's been such a journey from when we started. Yeah.
Can you tell us more about the adungu for people who don't know what it is?
Well, adungu is a 12-string. It can even go up to 22. You can tune it to the scale of C or whichever one you want.
What scale do you use?
C mostly.
Okay.
Yes. But you can tune it, or actually you can also change one peg or one line, and it gives you a completely different tuning, except that it is very delicate. Very, very delicate. So when we have to do a 45 to an hour, or sometimes two, we have to carry a couple of them.
Oh, wow.
2 or 3. But the most important thing and the most beautiful thing about it is when we have to fly to a different country or go somewhere where we can't really carry them, I disassemble them.
Right.
And just completely kind of like dismantle it.
Wow.
And then build it back as soon as we get where we go.
Wow. I'd love to see a video of that sometime.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting. We've never thought of
They
it.
should definitely post that somewhere.
You practice that when you're young. You just make sure you know how to take it up and do the strings. And then when you get up, you put it in and, it's very interesting. Yeah.
Wow. Gosh, so good thing you had a few days before you played Sofar well in the other day.
Oh, yes.
It takes a while to settle, but it does. Yeah. Well, if we know we have to play that very evening as soon as we land,
Gosh.
I have to put it all together, let it settle for about an hour, and then come back and tune it. And
Probably then he needs to find, what's it called, a flight case.
a flight case.
So you don't have to dismantle it all the time.
Because then I can take a couple flight cases. Can you imagine 2 or 3 or 4? It's very costly.
Gosh.
But I can carry everything in one bag on my back.
Yeah.
And,
Wow. And so tell me about your first song. So when did you start writing for yourselves and your own original material?
Original material came a little bit later on
Yeah.
in life. And some of the material, okay, for starters, there is the chants, the chants of the old, the traditional chants. Yeah. These are just classics, kingdom classics that we really played to quite a lot. But then we started mimicking the hip hop style. That one got us writing our own, songs. And that was during the earlier years of our lives. Then we got to eventually, when we were commissioned for a BBC 2 primetime drama, Moses Jones. Actually, that's interesting because that particular drama featured Amon Walker, who is in Chicago Fire, and
Matt Smith
from Doctor Who. We had various stars on the drama, but the drama was about Ugandan musicians living in the UK in the era of Idi Amin. So our music was to play a central role, and we were commissioned to be the band in the drama.
Yeah.
So at that point, a gentleman called the music producer on the TV show picked interest in us, and that's when we started the Ganda Boys, and that's when we started writing the stuff that we tour lately. And most of the stuff was written between 2008 and 2016, 17.
Right.
And so we wrote quite a lot of songs regarding social change, regarding our kingdom, our history, making a fusion of our culture, traditional chants with English lyrics, or, getting together and doing quite a lot of writing in studio.
Yeah.
So that was really, really amazing.
Because you were called the Twins.
The twins, me and him, as the twins. Those were the hip hop days. Now, America and hip hop had a lot of influence,
Right.
on us as growing up.
Wow.
We all wanted to be the Coleos, the Tupacs, and all of that. And so we made an interpretation of that, and it's a big thing with the Afrobeat music right now going. But it was up until we realized that with that kind of approach, we would not cross over to the Western audience.
I see.
That was when we were nearly denied the opportunity to take part in the drama at the BBC because of the type of music we were playing. They were seeking authentic African chants. And that realization has gotten us to build a huge Western audience, if you understand. other than that. So yeah, that's when we were called the Twins, but we dropped that and adopted the Ganda Boys.
Okay.
Yeah, a name that identifies with our kingdom,
Right.
Uganda. So yeah.
Beautiful. And so you're in the UK at this stage when you're doing this documentary?
Yes.
There's not a documentary with that. That's tomorrow. We'll get into that. So tell me about the move to the UK and the challenges that came with it and what inspired you to move over to London.
Very interesting. A very long journey, but to cut that will be a whole
We have time.
that will be a whole episode. But the political landscape in our country is very tricky, and not for us, but our parents were very active during the times of Idi Amin and Obote, and these regimes were quite terrible. And that is when our parents sort of left Uganda to come and seek refuge. And so we eventually later on joined them.
All right.
And we came to study and then eventually settled. And it's never been the same.
Yeah.
I think you know what he means by, Idi Amin and Obote, because these are former presidents.
Yeah. I don't know much about them, but
You wouldn't know much about them, but Idi Amin was the proclaimed conqueror of the British.
You're part of Idi Amin, haven't you?
I haven't actually. Oh. No.
He's the equivalent in Berlin.
You talk about
He's the equivalent of Hitler.
Oh, wow.
The African equivalent of Hitler, according to the West's interpretation
Right.
of him. But he was quite brutal and very nationalistic, if I may call it.
Right.
He believed so much in the Africa, Pan-Africanism, and he did quite a lot of brutal things because he solved all his problems with mutilations and murders, and that's what he was famously known for.
Gosh.
He's the one who expelled all the Indians.
In 1970-something, can't remember the actual year.
Wow.
He just woke up and asked all of them to leave the country.
Wow.
72 hours.
He gave them 72 hours
Gosh.
to leave the country. So he was a bit perhaps sporadic, and he was just, yeah. So during that time, and whoever disagreed with him and all these other regimes that followed him, politics.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's part of it. And
You see the challenges that you were talking about, us being in London. Whoa, when we got to London, language, weather
especially.
Oh, man. When you come to the West, because of what you hear, you just don't know what to expect.
because you see it's summer all year round in that.
Yeah. They don't need...
And then you're coming here, you have to relearn everything. You have to learn how to erase. You even have to relearn the language.
Yeah.
You speak English, but it's not the English that is spoken on the streets of London.
Right. Yeah.
And time.
And then the time zones,
You have to be here at this time, at that time.
build from systems.
Yeah.
There's a lot to adjust.
Yeah. Have they heard about the Berlin winters?
Not quite. Are they so bad?
So they're rough, as in. So moving here from London, I was like, it's a doddle. It's like can't be as bad as London, as the UK. But actually, it's just so grey and so bitterly cold. It's like -12, -13 sometimes. But the cold's fine because it's like a dry cold and you layer up and it's fine. But it's more just the grey non-stop for a couple of months. And I think the first year it's fine, but it does wear you down a bit. So I make sure I plan a few Berlin winter breaks every now and then. You seem traumatized.
What's the London in?
Well, London has loads of pretty lit up buildings, right? We don't really have that here.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
So psychologically, I think that keeps it going a bit more.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening still in London.
It's like,
But gosh, so how did you develop coping mechanisms to adapt to this whole new culture in London? Was music a big part of that?
oh, music was very central. Music was extremely central because we spent most of our times doing what we normally naturally did, that is singing, and then walking to every building that had the word studio and thinking it was a recording or music studio of some sort. So we called studio flats, we called anything that had the word studio on it, we knocked at the door. We were chased away by a few dogs and a few bad people. Others endeavored to explain after a few dead ends. A few endeavored to explain that actually studio did not mean a recording music studio. Studio would mean a studio flat, or studio would mean many other things. We came to that realization after a very adventurous, period of our life.
For us in Africa, a studio
Is a music studio.
Right.
That's as far as it went.
not a place you leave.
No.
No.
So yeah, with that, we ended up in a nightclub, and this nightclub allowed us to be sort of hype men, MCs.
Oh, wow.
Like when the music is playing, you sort of do some sing-along interpretations, mentions while people are dancing. And then that got a TV station interested in us. And we started TV presentation. And then Danny took off with that wildly.
But hold on one second. You know what he meant by the hype man, right? In the clubs.
So you're just like it was like a MC at Sofar, right?
Yeah.
No, not MC at
No.
Sofar.
Okay.
Like, I know this is while the music is going. And you're out there giving it a hype. Yeah.
You interpret as they
You
sing,
interpret.
and you're singing in your local language, but
Yeah.
within the same tune, but it goes. So
Checho, checho, checho.
Oh, wow.
Tutambula mpona mpona kabli chibu chichikena maso.
I love that we got a preview.
Oh, so TV got interested. By then, Sky TV was at its peak because of that vibe that we had. And then Danny went off first, actually, and he was given the opportunity to start interviewing American hip hop stars. The likes of 50 Cent, the likes of Akon,
Wow.
name it. So I then followed doing the Ugandan, interpretation version of the show, where we would talk to them. They would tell us what hip hop was, and they would tell us what being African meant to them, and we actually found ourselves in the process, because we realized that we would be more appreciated as Africans than these hip hop stars that we appreciated at a distance and admired at a distance. But when we drew close, we realized that we could be different, but still be appreciated. We didn't really have to be like them. So yeah, that was major.
And they were longing to be like us.
As we longed to be like them.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. So, and they actually did plead with us not to tamper with our authenticity, to stay real,
Yeah.
to hold on to what we have. So,
How long ago was this?
A couple of years ago.
Okay.
about eight.
Yes.
9.
Oh, wow. Okay. And naturally, music does evolve over time. Would you say you're still quite similar to that?
No.
China still?
From 2008, 2009, BBC, our music changed a great deal. So it's grounded folk. And to us, it's the lyrics with chants, traditional chants, classical chants, and then our stories told in English. So our stories have changed over time. We do all sorts of sets. We could do an acoustic set between me and Danny, but we have performed with the likes of the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra at the Fairfield Hall in and
Proud.
we have performed with bands, So we are really, really, really flexible.
Love that.
with the kind of audience that we have.
Yeah.
But the jewel of it is the richness of our culture and sound, the authenticity of our voices, and the beautiful lyrics that they're timeless.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're timeless.
Brilliant. And so what's your relationship like with London today? Do you like London? It seems like it's been a great platform for you guys to move there and adapted to it. How do you find London now?
Well, I think our relationship with London or England goes way back. We are not the first. Our king was exiled here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we go back in time. So
Yeah, we go way back. They are colonial masters, yes, but bringing it back to how we find London and how it has helped nurture our music and the contribution has been great. We've had lots of opportunities, but we've had to really fight to get seen. Like, it just doesn't come to you. There is not a lot of what we do littered around London or the United Kingdom. So we've had to really scream loud to be seen. We've really had to put our heads up to be seen. But the opportunities I've presented, mainly with the BBC, high-end producers, ITV, and then right now into the era of what's it called, social media, where we've been playing many schools lately. I think over the last month we've reached close to 10,000 children, telling our stories and playing to them our music
During the Black
History Month. It's been tremendously, we're starting to do festivals. Festivals have started picking this up. We have played in prisons, to inmates that have, come back and said it was one of the best experiences they've had musically, and this meant the world to us, because before we performed, they're extremely rowdy, disengaged, but by the time we are done, they're giving quite great remarks to our to our performances. We've done great collaborations, echo ensembles, mainly voices, where we sing with choirs. And that is very fulfilling. At times we're doing pieces. Most of the times we're doing our own pieces, interpreted by the, British natives. Absolutely amazing.
Cross-culture.
Cross-cultural diversity, and very, very good.
Fantastic.
Sofar Sounds has been very pivotal to our music, really. It's crafted it. It's created that sort of setting that is very native to us, you see, where we sit, have an honest conversation and deliver music, that goes with it. And so London has been great.
Tell me about your first Sofar Sounds show. Must have been a while ago now.
Yeah, it was 2017.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we was at a place on Coyette Road in Bethnal Green.
Okay.
That was we really didn't know what to expect.
Was it a living room?
No, it was their first office.
Okay.
First Sofar Sounds
Headquarters, yes. And that's where we were. And the first time there was just a lot of people. We were like, wow, where are they coming from?
Yeah.
And then we played and they loved it. We were not really sure if they did, but they really were very happy to a point. We even have some videos of people saying what they felt in 2017.
Wow.
Oh, we loved it. Oh, it's different. Oh, we were like, whoa. And then the instrumentation
Why were you not sure if they liked it?
Well, because, when you chant in your language, you don't know how people are going to take it. Are they going to understand it?
Yeah.
Or maybe they're going to think you are using profanity to them. But because of the English lyrics that our producer, Craig Bruce, has written, it helps us to get them to understand, to come closer home.
Okay.
Which also gave birth to the collaboration, the cultural diversity with the Echo Ensemble, who are a big choir in London, professional, choir. And from that point, we were like, oh. And then he started, and the stories as well, because the adungus are very delicate to tune. And because I usually travel with two, I started tuning for the next song. And obviously in Sofar, you can talk about yourself.
Yeah.
So he started doing that.
Great.
As I was tuning. So then people could listen to what, and then it was like, oh, we can tell these people who we are. Finally, because they're always quiet. It was very beautiful as I tuned. By the time I finished tuning, we're ready for another song. So we're like, oh. So we were called. Raf, the founder, has been very instrumental.
Yeah, he's been amazing.
Which brought it the charity work as well.
Yeah, let's dive into that.
Yeah.
Ganda Foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ganda Foundation was started just about 2008. We always loved to do charity, but it had never been formalized. When we got the opportunity at the BBC, we thought this was perfect. We just needed to use this platform to impact our communities back home. With Craig Pros, we started the process of registering it for the purposes of social change and for the purposes of empowered communities. And then after the BBC, we registered with the Charities Commission, England and Wales, and off we were to start the work, and self-funded, using music to fund it. Part of the proceeds from our album sales, part of the proceeds from our shows went to it. And we helped hospitals, we helped schools, we helped, and until there was this very big crisis in South Sudan. And we thought, hey, let's go to the refugee settlement camps in northern Uganda. And then we eventually started the period poverty campaign. And yeah, the charity has been going so well ever since.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been amazing hearing you talk about it at every show that I've seen.
Yes, it's very pivotal because of that merchandise table, mainly with the Sofar Sounds community. It's been amazing. We've managed to reach over 25,000 girls out of, lifting them out of period poverty, just with the merchandise table.
Yeah.
And they are not beggars, but they are people who have something to sell. And if you buy it, it can improve their lives. And we got into the coffee as well.
I have some, actually.
You do have some?
Yeah.
Yeah, so with the global trading policies that leave some of these communities impoverished, despite what they have to provide, for the world, they should actually, they are so naturally so blessed that they should be one of the richest communities in the world. So very quietly and humbly, we use our voices and our music to open up the markets and to introduce people to their products, to their coffee, to their very beautiful crafts in art. And then the proceeds to our charity just go back to these communities to help them take their children to school, buy reusable sanitary towels, create better communities.
Amazing.
Better citizens.
Yeah.
And these are some of the ways that don't entirely solve the issues regarding the crossings and the refugee crisis in the world. But if you empower these communities, they actually have a contribution to bring to the global discourse, as opposed to everyone thinking about running to where it is safe. They are leaving a lot of what the West needs unattended to. So just create trading policies that allow them, grow their crops, do their art, do their music that you can consume on this side while you send them the funds. A beautiful world we would have.
Amazing.
Every little helps.
Yeah, 100%.
Using music to do our service work, to create that awareness, has been one of the most fulfilling things. To just tell someone through song and stories about your life and the ones you've left back home, and seeing the reaction of people, nothing beats that.
Yeah. Music is a great bridge
Oh,
to bring people together, isn't it?
amazingly.
Yeah.
It sure could be.
That's what I found with my first Sofar Sound shows. It's just like I was quite lost as a person, and so far I just felt like I was embraced by just a loving family, which actually helped me so much as a person, and also with my own career and everything. And it's been beautiful, and meeting amazing people like you as well. So how did you find out about Sofar in the first place?
Danny.
Well, it was a friend
Okay.
who said there is a place that you can go and you can sing, and you give in 25 minutes and there is an audience ready for you. You will.
No.
Okay.
Danny had a girlfriend.
Hello, let's dive into
And I told Danny, you see, we need to be able to sing for the white audience. And you have a white girlfriend. Get her to bring her family, her friends. So we squeeze them in a room and sing for them like we used to sing back home. And then Danny's like, that is a very good idea. So Danny started going around soliciting for friends and the girlfriend's friends. And the girlfriend was a little bit reluctant. And she's like, but, let me look into it. So when the girlfriend decided to look into it, she found out that whatever we wanted to do was actually happening through Sofar Sounds. So she said, no, you're not going to bring my mother, my sisters, and my friends, and it's going to be very hard to bring them in the room. However, there is this great platform called the Sofar Sounds.
Yeah.
And we saw the video, we're like, that's exactly what we want.
Brilliant.
So, Danny, now you can start.
See, this guy always does this.
Brothers, eh?
I want to tell the story. Anyway, yes, we were looking to create that cross culture, hence the white people. We said we really want to get out there to these people and tell them about our culture. Chant to them, tell them stories of who we are and where we come from, because we have a very beautiful culture, a very beautiful history to tell. And then she said, this is already happening. So we went to Google. So we found a gentleman by then called Adam Maestro. And then we had a meeting with him. We said all of these things. Yes, we want to, because we were kind of used to these speakers and lights and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, I hear you, but why don't you play one or two first and see how you like it? That's how we found Sofar. We were like, whoa, people were quiet. People were looking at you. Like, it was almost scary.
There's no hiding.
There's no hiding.
No, you needed to have your craft really polished.
Yeah.
At times, not even microphones. Acoustic.
For us.
And it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's how it began. We've never looked back.
Yeah, clearly got addicted.
Yeah, very, very addicted. And when it went beyond us just entertaining people for the evening and involving them in our social campaigns and charity, then it just went to another level. Actually, at some point, we were told we were the most toured Sofar artists. We had the biggest number of shows on the Sofar platform, which was very humbling. And we were just saying we want more shows to reach more people and to lift more girls out of period poverty and to help more communities.
Yeah, yeah.
It just doesn't get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And what kind of shows were you playing up to that point?
Yeah, we were playing different types of shows up to that point. We were playing quite a lot. We had snapped out of our community, typical community shows, hip hop kind of clones, and we had gotten into the mind, body, spirit shows, and we were doing different shows with our producer Craig Bruce, trying to open up our music to alternative audiences till we came into the Sofar. And with the Sofar, we've done so many corporate shows. We've been involved with those included Google, Coca-Cola, name it. But then we've also had the opportunity of being hired from the Sofar shows themselves and going out to play for different audiences.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's been a win-win. It's been a win.
Do you have any memorable Sofar shows you want to talk about or highlight that you'll always remember? And any funny anecdotes from any of these shows too?
It was here in this country.
It was the government. Yeah, I think the trickiest one was in Leipzig. Leipzig.
Okay, yeah.
Something like that. So we jump on a train to Leipzig and we are the only black people. Yeah, we took a train. We were the only black people who were like, yeah, we asked for it. Okay, here it is. So we on the train and everybody decides to desert our seats. All the seats around us. No. So we decided to sit wide. We were like, but hello. But anyway, we ended up in Leipzig, and we were playing in a very beautiful location, and we put up our merchandise table, and everybody looked at us and quickly looked away. Everybody looked at us and quickly looked away. And we were sort of isolated. And it was time for us to come and play. And as soon as we played, everyone became joyous. Everyone smiled. And when we were done playing, everyone rushed in for a hug. And all our merchandise was cleared. We came back with an empty bag. So the power of music, and how it can blow life into a lifeless, obscure kind of human was just unbelievable. And that Sofar Sound is a Sofar Sound we'll never forget. Actually, it was filmed, if I'm not mistaken, and it's somewhere online. It was so amazing.
Wow. So that video is online?
Yeah, it is online somewhere. It's a Sofar Sounds video. They filmed that show. Back then, they used to film shows.
Yeah.
They filmed that show. Others, to be honest with you, we've had very beautiful audiences all the way through.
Yeah.
One audience, we had a drunkard in the audience, and we had it to hold ground and balance the energy to the end of the show, which we actually managed to. And so it's been a roller coaster. It's been but on a high 99% of the times, 99.999% of the
It's 250. Okay.
No, shows. Yeah, 350. We don't like the 200 number. We've been around the 200 number for a long time, so we want to hear 300.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll give up after 1,000.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. well, we might then go for.
You'll be playing much bigger places, I'm sure.
Yeah. But even if we got busy with this is so natural to us. We would want to find that space to still do Sofar Sound. It's so real. It's in settings that, people are real. It's just a real environment, where you meet to actually, celebrate.
And later on, the different places that you do not expect to be. I think we have seen so many places in London and in many other countries than that.
Sofar Sounds has introduced us to almost every street in London. Yeah. So everywhere you always, wait a minute, we played there.
Yeah.
So we could pass the black cab exam, I think. Yeah. No. To be honest with you, it's like
I've never thought about that.
But we could readily pass the black cab exam.
You're basically walking Google Maps today.
In London, we've literally we've nearly been everywhere because all these spaces kind of, they mushroom from all over the place.
Yeah,
you have to go and play them.
Actually, speaking of which, we made a documentary about it, about the Sofar Sound experience and our music and our charity work, which was listed for a Grammy nomination, actually.
Yeah.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
So Sofar's given us so much experience, so much exposure, which is what the musician needs.
Yeah.
Because it does not matter how good you are, but you have to get in front of
Yeah, yeah.
Which they do. I don't know how they do it, or I would say he does it. I don't know, but there are people turn up in big numbers.
You see, Daddy was looking for his girlfriend's mother, girlfriend's father, but in order to have an audience,
You just get distracted by all the other girls.
well, you see, he gets people into places. I mean, he just does, and we enjoy it.
What's been your favourite so far venue? Because of course it's Weird and Wonderful Places, and you've played so many. Do you have a favourite, or like any that really stood out?
Yeah, Love Shack.
Yeah, but like done it. Come on. Are you being
Love Shack, my
yeah, you love it?
no.
Oh, they asked for the
It
best.
stood out. No, he said stood out. Did you
Yeah.
ask best or?
I think I might have said best,
out.
but both.
Okay.
Let's go.
Stood out that.
Okay.
You,
Let's do 50-50.
yeah, you can't be you can't be mentioned in places that no. But I think
What's Love Shack?
no, leave Love Shack alone. Don't
Okay.
Charlie we played a venue at the Container. It's right out by the banks of the River Thames next to Blackfriars Bridge. That was very beautiful, and the people in there. We've also played another venue that overlooks London. It's a skyscraper right at the top around Elephant and Castle.
Oh wow.
That really, really stood out for us. Many venues, but those stood out for us. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Oh, there is this church, the oldest church in London. The acoustics in there, I think it's
What's it called?
many years old. I don't know what it is called. It is around Finsbury Park.
Okay.
It is a church. Oh, it's very old, but the acoustics are
Right.
heavenly. And we've played
Gorgeous.
many brilliant places.
And I'd love to learn more about this Grammy album. So that was with 21 artists, is that right?
Oh, the 21 artists, yeah. 21 Grammy Award artists. That was our Forgotten People project. The Forgotten People tells the story of the displaced people from across the world. I think we have the biggest number of displaced people actually as we speak right now. And people usually go to bed not thinking about these displaced people. They just away from home.
Yeah.
And they're trekking journeys away from home. I'm not knowing where they will end. And their loved ones staying still by the side of roads and on dusty roads and, with all the conflicts littered around the world, Europe, Africa, and Middle East. And so we just wanted to use our music to shed a light on the displaced. And so we got 21 Grammy artists, nominees, winners, and all of that in the Grammy community. And we went to LA where we all got together in chorus to sing this song. And they joined us as part of the documentary. We had refugees from here, I think, in Munich. Yeah, in Munich, there was a surge of refugees in Germany then. We came, reached out to them, and invited them over in studio. And we just wanted them to sing on the song because they had trekked the journey. Many of them had crossed the Mediterranean Sea, and many of their loved ones had passed on during the crossing. And so it was such a brilliant, campaign that got Stevie Wonder listening, that got Motown's first R&A,
And now
man,
Mickey Stevens.
Stevenson's.
Right.
And that was in LA. And then we got into a studio in Studio City with all of them and performed this song. The main thing was to create awareness. And indeed, it did create awareness.
Yeah.
And we still perform
It
the
still
song.
does. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes. Even as part of our Sofar Sounds set.
Yeah. You played it last night,
Our
didn't you?
opening song, yeah. Creating a voice for the voiceless.
Yeah. Fantastic. And so you seem to be amazing hustlers as well, which is actually super rare for musicians. Any tips for other aspiring artists to be on this like amazing mission that you're on, and how they can get their voices heard a bit better?
Well, as a chief hustler, I have to tell you is you have to keep going.
Yeah.
And seize every opportunity as it presents, because you just don't know what is around the corner. If you stay home and say, oh, I'm looking for the big stage, I'm looking for Glastonbury or any other big festival, sometimes it doesn't happen like that. Or if you're looking for a record company, you have to get there. Sofar Sound has done an incredible job that the people, the scouts that get you to play these big ones usually come to these little places, to these little other venues that Sofar goes. And they see you. If you're really good at what you do, someone will see you and they'll say, oh, there is this, there is that.
Yeah.
And that's how we've quite expanded and developed our craft so that we are understood. Remember, we are playing for the other audience, the West. Not really our audience. Not that they don't come, but it is cross-culture. We want to go and represent our kingdom, our country.
Yeah.
You see, I'd sit here and do the motivation speaker kind of approach. I'd say I started with 200 pounds. Look at me, I have millions now. No, I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is you have to have a chief hustler. Some of these things are just being talented in opening doors and in really working on your crafts.
Yeah.
Being motivated and being ready to go.
Yeah.
You know, for whatever reason, you just have got to keep on your feet, but you need a chief hustler.
Yeah.
You know, you need a chief hustler of some sort. Could be the chief hustler within you. Could be a friend.
Yeah.
Could be a mother. Could be a father. But you need to find that talent, if you don't have it within you, with a person that has it, so that you can go beyond the ordinary.
Yeah.
You can charm people you meet, you can speak to people, you can follow up, you can squeeze yourself in, you can win favors, you can get noticed and seen.
Yeah.
Sounding so beautiful and singing so well is amazing, but it's not everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's like the saying, if a tree falls in the wood and no one's around to hear a sound, did it even happen, right? And so with that said, are you quite active on social media? So far, it's great at giving you organic exposure. Are you also using digital platforms as well to get your word out that way?
yeah, but there is this trick with Sofar Sounds. I don't know where he gets people. We have a flow of new audience, so we fetch a few and put on Instagram. We have so far collected about 10,000, of them organically. So we remind people to join, through singing. So these are the opportunities that you really need to, because someone puts you in front of the people, and it's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, social media has played a platform, but fundamentally, the marketing mechanism of Sofar Sound has been very, very focal. I think the BBC put us out there, but boy, has Sofar Sounds put us up there. Yeah, I struggle to think any less of Sofar Sound, despite BBC, ITV, and all of that.
Yeah,
because Sofar Sounds has given us an organic audience. We know each other very well, We've had 30 minutes, 25 minutes of a conversation, and many of them come back to our shows numerous times.
Yeah.
Just follow where we're going to play, and they show up for more. So, yeah, it's been great.
And next platform, Netflix, right?
Yeah, so we own this journey, hustle. The chief hustler has it. Because Danny deals with all our hard hustle and filming and media stuff. So we got together and toured the whole world, putting choirs together to sing our Kingdom Anthem. And Danny ran around with cameras. If he doesn't cameras, he has connections with wherever we go, and he's already made phone calls with people who film. So we gathered all our journey and put it together in one big story. And we are, previewing it, and in different parts of the world. So it was first at the London National Theatre just last month, and this month it's in Berlin.
Actually, this month. It almost feels like it's, Yeah, it is this month.
No, it was the 23rd of September.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so it's October
Yeah,
now.
he's right.
And the 29th, and we're in Berlin. And so the momentum is peaking, and our communities, indigenous communities in these different parts of the world are now taking it on.
Amazing.
And organizing these different screenings wherever they are. And then we are building up to a grand screening of some sort if we get the adequate sponsorship, where we will show the full film at the Odeon Cinema in London, Leicester Square, 1,000 people seater. And then from there, the series will be put on Netflix. That's where our platform is. We will not go to the movie theaters, but we will go to Netflix after. And that's what we're working on currently. And tomorrow, of which you need to let us go really soon and prepare.
Yes.
Tomorrow, we are at the Delphi Lux.
Excellent.
And we just can't wait. We tomorrow, 29th, we will be screening it in Berlin for our community and for the choir that we sang with. So it's cross-cultural. And we are going to sing again for the audience, and then watch the screen as we go around the world.
Fantastic. And any new music coming out as well?
It's we're giving birth to movies now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Hollywood stars.
Yeah, well, that's where we headed.
Well, Josh, we have quite a few number of albums online.
Yeah.
In the newest platforms, Spotify and the rest of them.
Amazon
and
YouTube.
Yeah. So if anybody was interested in hearing our music, it's online. You just type in Ganda Boys music and it will come up. 6 albums at least.
Yeah.
So there's enough out there. We only just doing a fraction that we've been touring so far.
Yeah, of our catalog, Aussie catalog. It's really big online. And it's very well produced. So for all movie producers, Hollywood and everywhere that are looking for well-produced African music. It's produced by a world music specialist for soundtracks of movies and African citizens. Just listen to the Ganda Boys and you'll definitely catch something in there.
Brilliant.
Quality stuff.
So where can people find you? Where's like the number one place to go to?
Well, we're on every platform really, at least. We are on Instagram at Ganda Boys. Mm-hmm. Then we have X, which is at Ganda_Boys.
Okay.
And then we're on TikTok at Ganda Boys.
Fantastic. I want to see that video of you setting up your
the Adungo.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Actually, it's on YouTube. No. That was when we were putting the KK, which is that little pin to allow it become loud.
The amplification.
The amplification.
But we'll do the video.
We will do. I think now
Fantastic.
that you've mentioned it.
Great.
Yeah.
And what's the best way that people can support you on your journey?
Money. No, put the word out there about the Ganda Boys. It's peace, love, tolerance. It's social change. It's looking at things in different ways. Listen to our music and listen to the lyrics. Buy our music, buy our album. Get us to perform for your, communities. Not Danny's girlfriend's family. That's where it all started. We're aspiring to play for Danny's girlfriend, but she became a wife eventually. So Danny's wife.
Buy one, get one free.
So support our charity. Our charity. Check us out. Registered with the UK's Charities Commission. So check us out.
How can they find it?
They can find it as Ganda Foundation.
Okay.
www.gandafoundation.co.uk.
So you can get us there and see the activities. Buy our coffee for all of you who have coffee shops.
Yep.
Let's open these markets for these communities. As our big leaders sit up there and forget about them, it's our duty to wake up to an African, get kick-started by an African brew that directly impacts someone in the farming community. Directs directly impacts them. So that way we can create better citizens for our future children and our future generations, where there will be a lot more peace, a lot more love, because everyone is equally empowered. If we create an equal society that complements each other, we will have a lot to do with peace than the wars that we have today.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Ganda Boys, thank you so much for your time, especially in the small amount of time you have here in Berlin with your busy schedule. Love what you're doing. Love just the amazing difference you're making in this world as well, supporting people. And yeah, can't wait to see you grow from strength to strength. And yeah, urging everybody to check them out live as well. They're absolutely amazing. They put a big fat smile on your face. And yeah, go support them. Charity and socials.
We also want to thank you, Josh, because we met in London where we're playing a show together.
That's right.
And you said, hey, maybe you can come and do it in Berlin.
Yeah.
So we thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Of course.
And presenting all these people in front of us again at Sofar. So thank you, and please do it again. Whoever's listening, just call. You see, I'm doing the thing now. So if you're a hustler, just listen. You see, you always got to ask. Please call us. It's only 2 guys. We will come and play for you in your living room.
Not for your girlfriend. Josh, listen. Thank you so much for hosting us today. Yeah.
Of course. Cheers, guys.
Bye.